Q&A session sort of things. Will not go into all the deep. So can I request Mr. Sanjay Pradhan, MD Mexicure, to come on the stage to first. Mr. Manjit Nayak is the Joint Director, Office in charge, STPI, Kolkata, Government of India, and Colonel FPS Bawa, CEO, WDL, is a known figure in the Calcutta IT industry. Mr. Sanjay Chhajjar, Joint Secretary, Compass. Can I request Sanjay? Is not there. And Mr. Sachin Chauhan, Marketing Manager, Canon India. So I want to invite, let's start with the fourth person. Okay, let's see how the panel discussion goes. So let me first brief about what this topic is. So I hope this topic is not so confusing. Marketing tools for wars for empowering SME. You need to empower SME. What exactly it is? Can I request someone from SAP to come on the stage? Your SME leader. Okay. The hardware industry business, which includes necessary products like computers, tablets, laptops, printers, and predominantly import dependent, it is absolutely fact that VARs plays a key role in reaching out to customers, be it an enterprise, SME, or any other type of customer. The biggest challenge is on how to promote SMEs in the IT hardware sector by providing them a platform to highlight their issues and develop awareness on various government schemes for the sector that can create a conducive environment for SMEs to function in the country. IT leaders innovation within their organizations and maintain a competitive edge in today's rapidly evolving market. With new technologies emerging almost every day, business is becoming complex and growing ICT industry in India is highly becoming dependent upon SMEs. Because of the rapid growth and proliferation, they also plays a key role in ensuring the growth in the sector remains on track. With this panel discussion, we aim to know how to empower SMEs by providing the marketing tools to VARs, with which they will get an opportunity towards creating new business category from them. So let's talk about the security. The Sanjay is a wonderful person in security. So let me introduce how SMEs, security also focused for SMEs. The government is recently presented budget is focused on measures related to the development of the SME sector in the country. It's good news for the startups, and we are delighted to see some very encouraging announcement promoting entrepreneurship in the country. There will be a boost for the technology sector for integrating all government departments and ministries through an e-platform, maybe e-procurement, e-security, and so many you can add on e, which will also be a major opportunity for IT players to offer solutions that empower the government. With this budget, the country is set to witness digital transformation on a massive scale and scope it to broadband network in villages and promote local manufacturing of hardware and Indian software products. With this Vision of Skill India program, I feel there is a great opportunity for SME growth in the country and industrial clusters, which will help ESDM industry achieve great heights by developing technical solutions. This seat is not for me. Can I invite someone from audience? For the panelist. Please invite her to join us, sir. Audience. Please introduce yourself, sir.
Good evening. My name is P.K. Sharma. I was earlier in the recycling industry, popularly known as Kabadiwala. Then I decided to use computer. Then I decided to repair my own computer, put down my antivirus. Then I decided to start a computer-based company. And now we are in the networking hardware business. But here I am in the capacity as an audience, not in the capacity as a seller, reseller, IT man or whatever.
So we have a segments from the government, state government, central government, corporate house, again corporate house, again corporate house, we have a partner house. So to start with, Mr. Sharma ji, I will start from you. What are the VARs or driving force for business education? What do you think on it? You will have 1 minute time.
60 seconds. Pretty tough to see everything within 60 seconds. As an ordinary user, audience, citizen of India, all these are very fancy concepts of war and security and cyber and like Dada said here, this, that. I also hear about iPhone, iPad, this, that. Then I hear about OLTP, online, everything. So it's quite a confusing word out there. But value added reseller basically is the chap who bridges the gap between the maker of something and the user of something. These are probably the first point contact where you are deep shit in trouble and your server has crashed or your email password has been hacked. So you run to the VAR. So that channel, I think, will remain forever present because nobody believes the computer terminal, the screen or the keyboard. They need a guide. Dada, worry bachao. So that is a war check in future for you. So always be on the lookout for a good value added instead.
Wonderful, guys.
So, question is the same.
What are the driving force for business execution? What do you think on it? Value-added resellers.
Question slightly out of syllabus for me.
How partners are working for SAP?
Well,
Does partner give some value to it?
that was on the lighter side. Definitely, when we are talking of SME, we are looking at VARs to be the agent to take us to the customers because we are just one or two people in the organization, and the extended arm on the field extended people on the field are these VARs who are representing us to all of you and taking our message to you with all the solutions and the good and the bad side of SAP. So I think especially for Indian scenarios where SME plays a very, very major role, or the market is much bigger for SME in this part of the country, I think the VARs are the most important engine for us, for our growth. And the better the system of partners or channels or VAR or whichever name you might call them, you have the better structure of VARs and the better equipped VAR that you have helps you grow further, and also the customers that work with them, it also helps them understand a better solution and implement a better solution. So today the future of us as well as the customer basically depends on how well a VAR or a channel is equipped in terms of his understanding of the customer's business as well as the understanding of the solutions that they sell. And the better understanding they have of the technology and align it with the solutions, with the business that the customers are having, the better it is for the industry as well as for us.
Thank you. Sachin, how do you think about the VARs important for Canada?
It's very important, and I should say it's a vital key element, or you can say it's the bridge between company and the user. And actually we have a big line of products wherein we need a reach to go to the market and educate our users that how they can benefit from our product. To bridge the gap, VAR channel partners, our resellers, our partners, they are working closely with us and also with users to bridge the gap, and they are the actually catalyst to bring this technology to the users so that they can take the benefit of technology and make their life easier. So there is a product and there is a user, and this is a gap which is being bridged by the value-added resellers.
Thank you. Sanjay, like you have seen the US market, so there your VAR concept is different.
Right.
In India, the VAR concept is totally different.
Right.
In nutshell, you will say that VAR concept is not actually come to the India, right? So how do you think the opportunity for own product in the country? Definitely you will find some gap in USA market and India market. How do you find the Indian markets, Indian VARs will value for your product?
Well, I think like a few speakers earlier had said that security is a omnipresent requirement for everyone, and the solutions are many. You've got companies looking at the gateway level, then you've got companies looking at the device level, and the device level is becoming very important. The kind of solutions that are available, it's very difficult for a company to go out and explain what all is available to, let's say, the SMEs. And I think VARs would play a very important role, like they have done in the US, going out and explaining the exact value of the product. And that's like the name says, it's the value added reseller. That's the value they can add by going out and educating the SMEs about the security options that are available, the different options that are available to them. It becomes a huge, there's a huge synergy between the company and the VAR, going out and presenting a complete product to the SMEs. And I think it's a win-win situation for both of them.
How Manjit, you are into government business. Do you think how the importance of SME for your running organization? Do you think VARs can play the key role in
VARs actually they basically use catalyst between the individual and the one company. So they have a key role to play enter the markets. So they have to operate themselves as per the market demand and as well as the government policies. They must be aware and they must also try to update themselves as per the new technology so that it will help the end users. And regarding the government policies related to SMEs, there is a lot of incentive schemes are there and a lot of new changes are being day-to-day happenings. They must adopt this and they must aware this to get this benefit to their own and to the end user also. Thank you.
how Karnal Baba you are seeing the VAR? They were human. Every vendor must be connected because the vendor is doing so many things. How do you think what's the value add to the SME sector?
When we implement a project for the government, we are working with the resellers and we are working with the SIs. But I just go beyond the point. The biggest tragedy of all this is that whom is he interfacing with? He is interfacing with the customer and the manufacturer who is located outside India. That's the biggest tragedy for the country. Because that is where we missed the bus. The first thing which was outsourced was manufacturing, and we never could be on the bus. So, I mean, if I bought anybody, I would like the manufacturing also to come to India, and we interface with the value-added reseller, interfaces with the customer, the government also, and the manufacturer is also in India. And I suppose with the new initiatives which are going on now, we should take off at this line and hopefully be on the bus again.
So what do you think are the importance of SME in the country?
Importance of SME in the country. Don't think that is the only true fact. This is the biggest employer segment, small and medium enterprises, maker segment, you must have maker segment, you must have administrative segment. SME is the biggest, most important event that is going to happen in the near future in India. And then from India in the world. That's the importance of SME. We are very powerful. We need to now open our eyes, cast aside our little bit of shyness, stand up with pride, come back to India and sell products like Max Drive and do the right thing. This is the right thing.
Kapil, what do you think about it?
So I think you summarized it all. So
How SAP sees
Oh, yeah. So as my presence here says that SME is very important and for SAP. And primarily, all I say is, as we understand that SME is supposed to be the biggest area of business, as we might call it, or the area of growth for any of the organizations that is sitting here or across in India primarily, because I think India is supposed to be having the highest growth in SME in the coming years. And importance for SAP, I mean, that is, as I said, that is the area where we are going to grow. That is the area that we are focusing on and investing on in a large way. As I was trying to explain during my presentation also, that we are actually bringing in most of the technology that is available with SAP to the grassroots, so that is available to the SME segment. So be it something can we call it as HANA or a cloud or a mobile solution, they all are available to the SME today, as we understand that this is where the market is going to be growing, and this is where we need to cater in a large way.
Sanjay, how do you feel importance for Canon in SME segment?
It's very important overall for the Indian economy. It's very good that we are having a large group which is SME, it takes a lot of courage to become a SME, because it's very easy to do a job, 9 to 6 job, and converting that and being an entrepreneur and then coming to SME, it's a starting point wherein you are going to grow. Every seed grows and becomes a tree. So that's where from the SME comes from. And as we have more than 4.5 crore SMEs in India, that are going to grow and become big enterprise. And that's where our economy is also going to grow. A single SME is also giving employment. So there are more opportunities in terms of employment. And for Canon, it's very important that to help with the help of technology, the kind of products we have, so that we somewhere help them to grow and become a technology partner. And why value added reseller is actually helping our users, our SME segment also to grow, and again giving this technology to everyone, so that everyone will take advantage of the technology and grow at a faster pace.
How do you feel, Sanjay, that the importance of SME?
I think, if just to take the example of the US, I think the biggest driver in the US in the past, or even right now in the present, is basically the small and medium enterprises that are running. About 70% of the GDP of the US gets generated by them. And like rightly said just before me, that to start an SME is a very big challenge. I think that's the biggest issue that we have here in India, as compared to in the US, where it's much easier to start something like this, right from taxation to the number of windows for in the government to do anything, where a lot of energy gets sapped of any entrepreneur. So I think if those kinds of hurdles are taken away, I think the country can boom tremendously, and it will be a big thing for India and its future.
Thank you. How would you think, Manjeet, the importance of SME for the growth?
SME is very much important because today if you see many companies, a big company like Cognizant, Infosys, or you can say they are also 30 years back, they are also SMEs. They started with 4-5 guys, they have started. So SMEs is very much important, because now we are looking into SMEs, and government is trying to help the SMEs in all the sectors, in hardware as well as the software, because we want to see more big companies like I told the names to grow in the Indian market. So SME is the most important for the government sectors, and we are also trying to help them as much as possible.
How do you think, Colonel Bawa, the importance of SME?
I think it's very important. Like he rightly said, 70% of the GDP of the US is SMEs. And from whatever data I have or whatever I have read, we have to create about 50 million jobs per year for the next 10 years. And there's no way we can do that without the SMEs. So it's one of the biggest growth drivers. And without that, we'll have educated because the demographic profile of the country is such that we have so many people hitting the job market. There are no jobs, and the only hope is the SMEs. And like he said, the biggest problem is how do we start an SME? That's the biggest issue over here. I had a session with ambassador of Rwanda, and he said that you can fly into Rwanda in the morning, and by evening you can fly out to the business start. And I hope, though I'm working with the government, we have a system like this where you fly in the morning into Calcutta or any other city and fly back in the evening and your business starts. That would be the ideal situation.
It's a wonderful example you have given, Colonel Bawa. But to keep the time, so we have to summarize the panel discussion. So everyone has to talk on the one word. Connecting from what to SME. How do you find it? How it is getting connected from what to SME in one word? Connecting from what to SME in one word.
Well, I can say in one phrase,
Yeah.
needs improvement, definitely.
Next.
I think relationship.
What do you think?
It's enablers and working as a catalyst.
How do you find Sanjay?
I think education, I think, will be very important.
Wonderful. How do you think, Manjit? One word.
Knowledge will be most important factor for this.
How do you think, Tanvi Baba?
And the last, they have already used all the words.
So many wars. We have seen so many wars there, and here you have to work with wars.
They are the enablers.
Thank you. It's a wonderful interaction, and just to summarize that, use of innovations in technology to have massive effects on business and society. The fact that technology acts as an enabler that can prove the way for being competitive. Small and medium business across all verticals plays a critical role in the resurgence of the Indian economy. SMEs face to challenges in the volatile business environment and global competition. Business and government must think deeply about the opportunities and risks presented by evolving trends. With this, I extend my heartiest thanks to all the panelists for the valuable inputs. We'll continue the discussion during the networking dinner, and I have a confidence on the technology companies that they will have more advanced system approach for some newer approach in innovation. Thank you very much.